This old intro. Hello everyone, this is Tyfling. We're doing a Gen 1 Pokemon Nuzlocke challenge. My choice of using Pokemon Red among just about every other choice, starter Pokemon and whatnot, has all been pre-selected by my kids, so I already know which choices I'll be making from here on out. So, let's proceed forward. Okay. It's actually going to be my first time trying to make a video for YouTube. And, you know, I'm being a little ambitious going for a Nuzlocke challenge on a Pokemon game. It's one of those things that it's been done into the ground so many times, and some people do it really well. I will admit that I've watched a ton of them leading up to my decision to do this. But I also know that they're kind of a dime a dozen now, so why do it? Simple answer, I love Pokemon. And I figure of all things that I could start out on, this would be something fun for me. Rival is named after my little brother, Nathan. And so, I hope this will be enjoyable. I'm really looking forward to doing this project. And if anything, if I end up losing, I just get to start over and try again, right? God, I miss my SNES. I'm also not looking to do like a full walkthrough, so if there's anything that I end up skipping or missing, it's likely because I forgot that it was there. So, I do apologize. I'm gonna try and hit everything that I do remember, but I'm not looking to try and dig up every little tidbit in the game. Fed up with waiting. Professor Oak's so forgetful in the first game. Kinda makes you wonder what happened to the rest of his Pokemon before becoming a professor who studied them. He released them to the wild, or they just die off too. So, options, just gonna kinda go over these. Grass is Bulbasaur, as most everyone should know. Water is Squirtle. Sprite looks so much better in color. In black and white, it was just really hard to figure out, what are you doing, Squirtle? Fire is Charmander. And this is what we're picking today. My usual pick, playing as a kid and trying to replay it in my later years, usually is Bulbasaur. I just tend to like grass Pokemon a lot more than most. And go with a simple name, Pyro. As most people who know what a Nuzlocke challenge would know, but to explain to those that don't, is a self-imposed set of rules to try and make the playing of a Pokemon game a little bit more entertaining, or at least a little bit more challenging. You're only allowed to catch the first Pokemon you encounter in an area, so after I get Pokeballs, I run into a Rattata in the grass. That is my Pokemon that I have to pick in that area. If it faints, or for some reason I have to run away from it, because Pokemon don't really run away until you reach the Safari Zone, but for some reason I missed that. I can't catch anything else in that area. second self-imposed rule is, should any of your Pokemon faint during a battle, it is considered dead. You have to either release it or permanently place it in a box, which is what I'm going to do. I'd rather have a graveyard of Pokemon that we can kind of showcase. Oh no, look at all the dead ones. Kind of a optional third rule is to, you have to name them all, which is why I didn't just keep Charmander as Charmander. And then from there, there's a lot of other little rules that people like to pick up on. I'm going to be choosing one for my fourth rule, which is referred to as the rule of duplicates. Basically, if I catch Rattata in Route 1, and then run into a Rattata in Route 2, I can choose that I won't be catching Rattata in Route 2, and battle it to death, run away from it, whatever, and keep looking through the grass until I run into something that's not a Rattata. It's to try and make things a little bit more varied, a little bit more interesting, and to kind of prevent yourself from being frustrated having a nothing but Rattata team. Or Pidgey. Actually, before I started this, I was doing a personal Nuzlocke on Pokemon Pearl. Still haven't played all the way through it, but I chose not to go with the law of duplicates, and I have so many Geodudes and Zubats. Not that I don't have a varied team, I actually kind of lucked out in some of my pulls, but there's a lot of Geodude and Zubats. These first few battles before you get the Pokeballs won't count. It'll be after I get Pokeballs for the first time, which in these old ones it'll be after I deliver Oak's package and go back to Viridian City that I'll be able to buy Pokeballs. But that'll be when the challenge officially starts, so if Pyro were to faint now, I don't have to release him. But kind of the last point to it is, if all your Pokemon are dead, then you lose. You have to start your game all over. And that's kind of where like the tension comes in. Not only, you know, working on the only Pokemon that you're able to get, which sometimes it's going to be things you might not necessarily want, but they'll be all you've got. But not only getting that kind of attachment after a while, but you have that stress of you may have to start your game over. It does put a little bit of stress on you, but it's also part of the fun. Yeah, Pidgey. I think level 4 is actually the max you can run into in this route. I can very much be wrong, but I'm pretty sure level 4 is the highest level you can run into in Route 1. I also apologize to anyone if you decide to start watching my videos. If I get kind of mumbly, I'm a little bit soft-spoken and just kind of not a talker to begin with. I know I've rambled a little bit. I can get that way. But I do apologize if I just go quiet or if you kind of hear from that's just me. I'm trying not to let Pyro go higher than level 8, so after he gets to that point, I'll just start running away from battles until I get Pokeballs, because I don't want him to get too strong. Because then I'll just be knocking out everything, and I won't have a team to deal with other than Pyro. I was actually talking with my brother. He's got a channel that he runs with his roommate, and I had been watching some people who have been doing verses with these. They play simultaneously to try and see who could get to the end. I kind of wonder if that's something I could try and do sometime in the future, after I get a little bit more of a handle on making videos. You kind of need to play through maybe one of the later ones, or even just kind of come back to this. Maybe I was both play through Yellow. I think they could have gone a little bit better with the English dialogue in this, so it sounded less like Oak was dumping his life's work on you, and more like you were helping him out while fulfilling your dream of becoming a great Pokemon trainer. Which is essentially what you're doing, but it really does sound like, go out and do what I plan to do, but I got too old to do. And of course, Rival's kind of a jerk. There's another thing with the Nuzlocke. It's not really going to become an issue until we get to Mount Moon, but it seems to be more of a common consensus that a dungeon is its own area, so the whole dungeon itself is one area. But there are some people that kind of interpret it that say Mount Moon or the rock tunnel that has multiple floors, that each floor is its own area. And that, I kind of want to go with that, just because you don't find Clefairy on floor 1 of Mount Moon, or at least I don't think you do. But you can find it on floor 2, in between the little ladder floors. And it kind of gives you a little bit of a... Oh yeah, I already talked to him. More options? Nah, maybe I won't, just to try and kind of keep the extra challenge in it, because maybe that is why people don't end up doing that. It becomes a little bit less challenging if you run into a cave. The cave has 2 or 3 floors, and so that area you get 2 or 3 Pokemon. Whereas walking through routes that could be as long as, say the bicycle route, which it's really only has 2 or 3 grassy areas anyway, but it's such a long walk, you'll only end up with 1 Pokemon through there. So if your Pokemon have been dropping dead left and right because you've fought too many motorcyclists and everything, it's gonna maintain that difficulty, whereas fighting all the hikers and super nerds in the mountain, you're able to refresh when you go to the next floor. It's not gonna be as challenging, so yeah, I think I'll keep to 1 Pokemon per area instead of trying to divide those up by their floors. So, now that we've delivered the parcel, we can pick up some Pokeballs. I'm also going to grab a couple of antidotes, because when we get to the Viridian Forest, it's definitely going to be something to worry about, because even if your Pokemon die from poisoning while walking back to the Pokemon Center, they're gone. So we're going to want to have a way to deal with poisoning. Yeah. We'll go and pick up the second member of our team, whoever it may be, and then I think we'll cut things off. And it's a Rattata. not bad. I'm not one of those people who really pays attention to like what the stats are as far as like competitiveness. I just like Pokemon in general, and Rattata's pretty good. Rattata's fast, has a decent attack. I definitely learned some attacks that have some pretty high critical ratings. And you can learn Cut, Strength. I think that's really all of the HMs it can learn. Which is still fairly versatile. I think it could learn more in the later games, but it doesn't really matter here. And we got a level 4 one, so we don't have to work as hard to level it up either. Bites anything, whether it attacks, small and very quick. It is a common sight in many places. Also wanders out of the forest into open fields to steal food from stupid trainers. What's a good name for a Rattata? I like that name, Whiskers. So, let's go back, heal him up, and we'll end things here. I thank you all for watching my video, and I hope to not so much make this fairly regular. I do have a full-time job and family to take care of, but at least regular enough. I really do enjoy playing Pokemon, and I really want to try and make it just kind of a thing to kind of share it with you all. So, thank you, and have a good one.